September 29, 1942, about 3 months after the initial flight of the first production SB-2C-1. It had the folding wings and the wing slats of the SB-2C-1. Production and testing proceeded rather slowly, and the first 10 production examples were not completed until March 1943. They were destined to be the last A-25As with folding wings. By this time, it was deemed impractical to continue the attempt to maintain standardization between the A-25A and the SB-2C-1, since that was holding up both programs. It was decided to transfer the A-25A program over to an Army contract. That transition added further to delays in the A-25A program due to problems with inspection authority, government-furnished equipment, and coordination with subcontractors. By the time that A-25A was underway, the Army had found that it no longer had any need for dive bombers. Army pilots had not been well trained in dive bombing techniques, and their combat experience with the A-24, Army version of the SBD Dauntless, was less than happy. A-24 suffered heavy losses from enemy flak and could not be operated in environments in which less than complete air superiority had been established. Consequently, the A-25As that were delivered to the Army were assigned to various second-line activities such as training and target towing and never saw any combat. The Army initially assigned the popular name Shrike to the A-25A, as hadn't been associated with Curtiss-built Army attack planes since the A-8/A-10 series back in the early 30s. However, by the end of 1943, the Army adopted the Navy Helldiver. By then, the Army's A-25As had been redesignated RA-25A, R prefix for restricted, not to be used in combat. Early in the A-25A program, 150 aircraft had been allocated to the Australian Air Force, A-69/1/150. However, the RAAF came to the same conclusion as the USAAF, namely that it really did not need dive bombers, and only 10 were actually delivered, A-69/1/110. 410 A-25As, including 140 originally intended